adventurers! Welcome to the MNmaxed podcast. We want to thank you for joining us, and you do so as we continue the Extinction curse. We'd like to invite you to come join our Discord. It's a great and growing community where you can hang out with us and other listeners of the show. If you'd like to throw a little financial support our way to help keep this show going, check out our Patreon. We appreciate all of our patrons, and a shout out to those at our big number and above levels. Jason Laptop, Emily S., Blottimus Slump, and Wolf. Also a shout out to our newest patron this week, Save the Waddle Dees, which is a fantastic username. And two additional new patrons this week. The first is Savatri's Simp. And we spoke to him. He's only on episode 20. Don't tell him what's going to come. He might be a little upset. And then another new patron at our big number level, which means I'll be reading this name out every week. And are we sure this is right? Is that, yeah, that's what it is? Okay, yeah, all right. So it begins, I guess. My cock's huge. And finally, we want to thank Rock Jedi for going from our grand finale level all the way up to the min-max level, which we probably didn't even really think anybody would ever do, but hey, that means we hit our goal, which means you get more Starfinder. Thank you all for your support. A recap of Session 41. After having defeated a Babao demon, we find a fountain with the symbol of Aroden. It's filled with a terrible purple ooze. Through some time considering how the thing works, and also weirdly a cleaning montage, we decide that Peach Pie needs to sing to it. And finally, Jeb gets to use feline lore as he recites the weird fountain full of purple ooze cat facts. 3 terrible, mouthy monstrosities appear. Unfortunately for them, they are weak to bludgeoning and before long are splattered. Afterwards, Moonlight gives Peach Pie a twig to whittle. He makes a poor-looking crocodile. It's enough, though, and the fountain appears to have been cleansed. We take 10 minutes to heal up. The wizard thinks there's more to the fountain we need to find. We continue on and come to a big room where the Wiz hears a xulgath praying to some Zevgavizeb. The Wiz recognizes this to be a demon lord the xulgaths worship. In the room are 3 large and very naked xulgaths, along with a smaller caster type. The combat is fast and crazy. Lots of spells, lots of damage. Moonlight crits the caster and kills it. This drives the big guys crazy and they take Moonlight down. Temporarily. Soon, all the xulgaths are killed.
Who?
Yeah, loot.
I want to know why they're so scared of the dice.
Yeah, I do want to make some checks on that. What do I see?
Moonlight stands up very shakily.
Peach Pie puts like a hand under your limbs and kind of lifts you up. Oh, there, Moonlight. You'll be okay.
It's been a while.
You are very brave, Moonlight. Quite thrilling.
Brave, stupid, one or the other.
Really?
But it worked.
I think they're the same.
As a caster, I know we gotta take out the casters as quickly as possible. And they were creating a barrier, so...
You did it very well, Moonlight. Huzzah for our leader.
Thank you, Bernard.
It is an honor.
Alright, the spine snappers are easy. 3 large mauls. Otherwise, they were literally naked.
Yeah, we saw that.
3 things that Uzegiel was carrying. First, that spiked gauntlet. The wizard's spell ooze would easily be able to tell the wizard that is magic. And brings out a slimy finger and points at the spiked gauntlet.
19. I rolled it.
Do we have the 10 minutes to figure it out?
I figured you're getting healed.
Depends on whether or not you fuck with the dais.
We'll heal first.
A 19 is enough, I think. It's a +1 striking spiked gauntlet, which makes it a 4th level item, doesn't it? That's actually 1 shy.
Yeah,
but since I already told you, okay.
Well, the level by DC for 4 is 19.
Oh, I thought it was 20. That's my
no,
mistake.
it's 19.
It is 19. Okay, so yeah, 19 does get it. +1 striking spiked gauntlet. The other thing Uzenshell has on them, aside from the spiked gauntlet, is a religious symbol of Zevgavizeb.
Toss that to Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight takes it.
And finally, the tiara that you found,
25 if I have a full 20 minutes.
which you would. The book's going to call it a moonstone headband. It's magical, not arcane, divine. It almost looks like it's broken. However, it feels like...
It's a magical key to something.
Does it look like it might fit on top of an eyeball?
It feels like it's the missing part of the pool's divine energy.
Then I
divine
pocket
magic.
it to go do that later.
All right.
I was just examining it, so yeah. I'm like, oh, we're gonna need this. Throw it in my sleeve. Just shove it up my sleeve.
Rainbow coat sleeve. Have you
Sleeve
sleeve?
storing.
I'd say we do it now.
Don't we want to look at the dais?
I'd say we go do it before we even fuck with the dais.
Okay, I go put it. I go complete the pool, the fountain.
So you guys walk over to the fountain with the statue symbol of Aroden in the middle of it, crying clean, pure tears of water. As you walk into the room, the pool begins to glow blue. And who's holding the circlet?
The whizzes.
The wizard, you feel like this magical hum come from the circlet, and if you pull it out of your pack and you're holding it, just
Can I do a recall knowledge arcana or anything to try to figure out what's going on?
you could do recall knowledge religion.
Why is it fuck religion, man? I don't give a shit.
You're
Okay.
the Temple of Aroden.
It's gonna be too higher. 24.
It definitely feels like the circlet is just begging to be moved closer to that pool.
I don't know what that is or what's going on.
Not specifically.
I toss it in the pool.
As you just kind of unceremoniously toss the circlet into the pool, it makes this splash. The circlet begins to shine in that bright blue light, and the pool does as well. And as soon as that occurs, you all start hearing what sounds like, from a distance down a long tunnel, xulgaths speaking in Draconic.
I'm hearing it come from the pool.
Yeah.
What do I hear in Draconic?
Underwater?
You can't really understand it as of yet. You might have to get
Bullshit.
closer.
I understand Draconic. Tell me what they're saying. No, I'll get closer.
It's like whispers.
I get closer. Is there any packet loss in this magical contraption?
As a networking engineer, Ted, I really appreciate that. Take a hero point.
Yes.
Wow.
We're back to that kind of
See
thing.
where
huh?
we stand.
How much drink you had?
I'm only like a beer and a half in.
Oh, jeez.
Haven't eaten dinner yet, though. As the wizard gets closer to the pool and you kind of look at the surface of the water, faint reflections appear within the waters of the pool. You see robed humans kneel in a sun-drenched atrium beneath stained glass murals, proclaiming the glorious deeds of their god. But dark blotches form around the images, spreading like ink spilled upon a clean page. As the darkness spreads, the scene changes. A tall, fierce xulgath with 2 tentacles waving from his back stands before an audience of his kind in the temple's atrium. He bellows, "I speak with the voice of Xulgaths, and I do his will. Will you join me in this sacred quest for vengeance?" A familiar xulgath with a hefty maul holds his weapon aloft in salute and agreement. A hulking, muscular xulgath at the front of the crowd nods her head, her mouth twisted into a snarl. A female xulgath with stone-like skin steps forward, raising a hand to indicate the group crowded around here. "We are with you, Sarvel Everhunger," she growls. "Why not take the orbs?" a timid voice interrupts. A collective silence falls over the assembled xulgaths, and all eyes turn to the creature that spoke. His eyes dart around the room, and he bows deeply to Sarvel before continuing. "Xulgaths commands fury and violence, but life could be better for us here below.
Why do we not steal the orbs back and remake our home in Vask?
Our holy vault is lost to us now,
Sarvel proclaims.
most of our people are like you, Veshak, unimaginative and fallen from the grace of our forebears. You would rebuild a great civilization with your stone tools? Fight House Shrain with your brittle spears?
Sarvel laughs and shakes his head.
No, Veshak. Our destiny is tied to destruction, not creation. We must repay the Sun Drinkers for their ancient crime. When the orbs are sundered and the isles made barren, Zevgavizeb will show us the way.
Murmurs of assent drift through the mass of xulgaths as the scene fades, replaced by clear water rippling over a bed of pearlescent stone.
Okay. Did we all see this or just the wizard?
Anybody who would have gotten close to the waters would have been able to see it.
But they
I'd imagine.
understood it.
But we wouldn't have understood it.
No, actually, to any observer, you would have understood it. It started off in whispers of Draconic, but as you got closer to it and looked into it, it was translated for you.
So can I do any type of recall knowledge on... So they were talking about how the Sun Drinkers did something,
An ancient crime.
an ancient crime.
An ancient
Can I do a recall knowledge to try to figure out what they're talking about? I mean, the orbs I'm assuming they're the...
It's got to be the Aeon Stone or the Aeon Orbs,
Yeah, so they tried to collect those. But what was the crime? Can I try to put piece two and two together? Because didn't What's-His-Face say that we stole the...
Yeah. What's-His-Face said that the orbs were stolen from the Xulgaths.
Kavnakash.
But we know that Aroden built the towers. Or I remember at the time being confused, being like, is this guy trying to say that Aroden stole the Aeon Orbs from the
I mean,
Xulgaths?
it's sounding more and more like that.
Well, at least that's how they see it. That seems like an unlikely thing to have happened.
Which, did I ever do any type of recall knowledge trying to figure out the story behind how Arden got them?
No, but you can now.
What would it be? If you say religion, I'm
It's gotta
gonna
be
drive
religion.
up
It's
to the
gonna be
cities,
religion.
man. We're drive up to the
It's going
cities.
to be religion.
I'm gonna grab your computer setup and throw it out your fucking window.
Well, guys, sorry, we're going to have to cancel Pathfinder until I can afford a new setup.
I won't hurt you physically, but I'm gonna hurt you where it really hurts, man.
My computer, no!
But that hurts all of us too.
So you want a religion?
I do, actually, yeah.
Damn it.
Don't hurt my computer.
Does anybody have a better religion than me?
Yes, probably.
I don't know, is yours better than 3?
Is yours better than 9?
I'd have a plus 13.
What are you complaining about? That's higher than literally any of my skills except athletics.
I wasn't sure if anybody had it like maxed out though. Like I have some shit that like my society's a 14. Actually, it'd be a 16.
I get a 22. Peach Pie gets a 22 religion check to try and understand.
I just roll like shit whenever it comes to religion. I roll a 3, 16.
That's odd. I mean, Aroden provided the Aeon Orbs to the Isle of Aaron, but there's absolutely nothing in any religious text that would indicate that he stole them.
Is there anything that indicates where they may have come from at all, or are they just like begot of the power of Aroden?
Peach Pie would probably know this the best with a 22, but no. There really isn't any direct mention of where the Aeon Orbs came from, whether Aroden created them. There are a lot of religious scholars that just assume that Aroden created the Aeon Orbs because, well, that's kind of one of his main tenets of the religion, his creation. But nothing that, no stories in any text that would indicate that. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a point of contention with religious scholars. It's mostly something that just never is addressed.
Gotcha. Does anything else happen with this pool?
No? Clear
Can I-
blue waters with
Can I
wanna
reach
dis-
in? I want to reach in and pull the circlet out again.
Okay.
I put it back in. Does a new movie play?
No.
Does the same movie play?
Does it start from the beginning? Does it pick up like halfway through?
The little part that says, "Are you still there?" pops up.
Yeah.
Does it say, "Be kind, rewind" on the inside of the circlet?
Do we want to discuss what we saw anymore, or are we good with what we saw?
I'm good. I got my notes.
So the water is clear and blue now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was interesting. I don't understand it. Let's go back to the days.
Really quick before we do, I want to pull the circlet out. Does the water like stop being blue and nice when I take the circlet out?
No.
Does the circlet keep trying to go to the fountain?
No, but you do still... You would feel that it has a connection to the pool.
What if I put the circlet on my head?
Yes, that's what I want to see next.
It looks really nice.
I do have a question about what we
Do
saw.
I look fancy?
You should wear
You
it.
look so fancy.
Wear the circlet.
So they basically mentioned that they were down or like underground.
Yes,
I
they're
could
from
infer that, right?
the Darklands.
Was there anything in the room that looked recognizable? Any symbols? Anything about the room itself that looked familiar?
No, nothing like that. Nothing was that clear in the vision. Most that was clear was the xulgaths themselves and the speech coming from it. So you guys head back to that main room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, still avoiding the dais. Not ready to deal with that yet.
The fresco that's on the curved wall behind the dais depicts Aroden engaging in several tasks. Battling an imperious necromancer, raising a pair of islands from the sea, and standing atop a mountain with his hands outstretched, wreathed in blue flames. However, there are also hideous images that are scrawled in tar and old blood, painted over the fresco, and they tell a vastly different story. A reptilian humanoid climbs a tunnel from the depths to the surface in one scene. In the next, he reaches out to snatch an orb from the tower on one of the islands, then crushes the orb in his fist. The image repeats 4 times in slightly different looking towers. The final scene, where Aroden is standing atop a mountain with his hands outstretched, wreathed in blue flames, that is scrawled over with dead trees and skulls all over that mountain scene.
So that really confirms what we heard them say about they want to, destroy the Starstone Islands.
The wizard sees that there are several phrases in Draconic that kind of narrate the paintings. You see the words Sarvel Everhunger, Orbs, Vengeance. In any depiction of Aroden on this fresco, the word for thief in Draconic is written all over Aroden's face.
So clearly the Xulgaths believe that Aroden stole the Aeon orbs from them.
I mean, maybe you did, man.
I want to know how this conversation between
when the wizard
and Peach
says
Pie's
that,
go.
Peach Pie and anytime I say, it definitely Peach Pie and Bernard would think about this together. Bernard would be offended at that notion, actually offended to think that Aroden would steal these things. Peach Pie would at least think about it, and I'll make a religion check. Nope, that's a nat 1. To wonder, is this something Aroden would actually do? He's lawful good, right?
I mean,
Shrug.
We're not evil, but we definitely made a deal with a Barghest. Maybe a lawful good guy stole something.
He's not Barghest, he's a goblin. I made a deal
Perhaps
with a
if he
goblin.
thought it was for the greater good.
Yeah. I mean, did you know this Aroden guy?
Bernard is in a huff.
Aroden would never stoop to such a craven act as stealing. That is not in his nature.
So you knew him personally?
No, I'm only a few months old.
Then how do you know?
I just, I just believe it.
That's
I
how
believe-
faith works.
That's how faith works.
I believe what I see. Moving on. Can't wait to go switch sides and help the Xulgaths.
Yeah.
Aroden was a thief!
You're right. Let's punish hundreds of thousands of people because of something that happened thousands of years ago.
But we'd be helping the Xulgaths.
Yeah, but they don't need to kill everybody. It's just vengeance now. It's just anger.
I mean, he definitely did it.
I mean, we already kind of realized.
That's metagame.
I mean, what's the
He
plot?
definitely stole them.
What's the plot? The Xulgaths, led by this god. What was
Demon
the god?
Lord.
Demon Lord. What the hell is his name?
Zevgevizub.
Are trying to destroy the Aeon orbs. We already know that. And now we're getting the backstory for why they believe, maybe it's even true, that Aroden stole the Aeon orbs from them. And so thousands of years later, they're attempting to enact their revenge.
I 100% think he did.
That's an interesting idea. I am more inclined to think it's like a misunderstanding on their part, but maybe not.
I really hope they had a lawful good god steal shit.
That
I'm
would
going
be
to correct David on something. Aroden is lawful neutral.
Aroden's lawful neutral?
He is.
Huh. I thought he was lawful good this whole time. I thought that's why Iomade was the inheritor, because she was also lawful good. Well, I'm more inclined to believe he might do it then.
Because alignment means that much.
Well,
But
to the deities.
To the deities it does. Either way, the way to resolve this problem is not to destroy all humanity on the Starstone Isles. But maybe we can keep this in our back pocket and try and, arrange something with them.
I mean, it's definitely an option.
But it's not a
resolve
good
everything.
one. Like, that's not a good way to resolve.
Not every group's gonna, do the good thing and defeat the xulgaths. Like, we gotta be the evil group that, sides with the xulgaths and defeats the
evil.
humans.
That could be good. That you're trying.
Are any of us even human?
Well, yes, I'm human. Let's try, and maybe what we can do is work with them and try and integrate xulgaths into polite society. Goblins are part of polite society now. Maybe xulgaths, if they can learn to take a xul bath, could be as well.
Just wait until Pathfinder 3, 3rd edition, and you get to play as xulgaths.
And it's because of what
the only
happens
race.
with Adventure Path.
I do want to take a look at this dais, since we're done with the mural.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Everybody else checking it out with me?
Yeah.
Take a gander at it.
The Wiz gets a 26.
27.
30.
Damn.
Jeez.
Worse than all of them. I still at 21, but
As you get closer to the dais, you start to hear this whisper from like 1,000 fiery preachers in the back of your head as you're getting closer.
I'm sorry, did you say fiery preachers?
Yes.
Okay. What are they saying?
It's hard to tell. It's all intermingled and mixed, and it gets more intense the closer to the dais that you get.
All right, I fucking do it. I step on the dais.
I'll join them.
Peach Pie and the wizard step up onto the dais. This ghostly vision of preachers shows up behind the pulpit that's on the dais. They're all mixed and intertwined with each other, almost like a flickering image of hundreds of ghosts of Arodenite preachers, all layered on top of one another, just screaming about faithlessness and not contributing to society and being destructive. And I need both Peach Pie and the wizard to give me a will save.
25.
Do I hero point that?
I'm right here. If something goes crazy, I'll grapple you and hold you down.
True. The Wiz gets a 18.
Peach Pie's nihilistic nature doesn't allow him to take this vitriolic abuse from the preachers talking down about faithlessness, and he's fine. The wizard, however, takes every word said to heart and becomes drained too. Let's talk about a condition that we've never come across before. Verbatim, when a creature successfully drains you of blood or life force, you become less healthy. Drained always includes value. You take a status penalty equal to your drained value on constitution-based checks, such as fortitude saves. You also lose a number of hit points equal to your level times the drained value.
Oh, fuck.
And your maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount. Each time you get a full night's rest, your drained value decreases by 1. This increases your maximum hit points, but you don't immediately recover the lost hit points.
Cool.
The ghostly apparitions disappear, and the wizard just kind of falls to his knees. It's like this dead silence falls over the sanctuary, and there's just no sound, no energy, nothing. It's empty. Wizard, you feel weak. Very weak. It's hard to stand.
Peach Pie
Wait.
grabs you by the arm and kind of helps you up and off the dais. Oh, you all right, friend?
Yeah, this happens all the time. Fine.
What then?
Bluff check.
I feel as though I have absolutely no reason to disbelieve you. So I give you a plus 20. You automatically succeed.
That's not true. The best I could roll would be a 19. I have a -1 for my deception.
What does that go against? Does that go against,
Will DC.
Your will DC, yeah.
no, or is it perception DC?
That's right, it is perception DC.
Which for me would be 21.
Yeah. The best I could do is
So-
succeed on the net 20.
Jesus. I feel like your version of lying is just even the wizard doesn't always know exactly what he's saying, whether it's true or not.
It's true.
Well, we've got a lot more doors to go through. Where shall we begin?
What do you think? This little door to the south, or the double doors, or the little door to the north?
South looks like it'll be a dead end. Let's do it. I don't know that. That's not how the map looks to me.
That is not how maps work.
I don't care. Anybody have any strong opinions?
Let's go south. It's right there.
All right. Tyler just rolled a bunch of die in the background. I do not appreciate this.
You guys are talking about going to the south door?
Yeah.
Yep.
As you're walking to go to the south door, Jeb, you're watching the wizard and Peach Pie go up and step onto the dais. But you're looking at the pulpit and you see that there's like a drawer.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I choose to open the drawer.
Jebediah, as you go to step onto the dais, nothing happens.
But the pulpit
The pulpit, as you pull the drawer out,
heals my friends.
you see a strand of what look like Arodenite prayer beads and a scroll. There's also a leather-bound religious text in here. Looks like it's detailing maybe common prayers. It's a hymnal, essentially. The book looks like it's in really good condition.
Moonlight, this looks like it'd be good for beating people with.
Does it glow?
It does not glow.
I cast light on it.
It glows.
What's
Matches.
the scroll? Can I read it?
It's not anything that's on your spell list, you can say.
Can I take a look?
Sure. The wizard can't read the spell. You could give it a check if you'd like, but it's not innate to you.
What kind of check would I make?
Do you really want to?
Religion.
30.
Ah, it's a scroll of heroism.
Oh, fuck that.
I know that spell. You should just let me look at it.
I throw it at you.
You actually have that spell on your...
Yeah.
You know that spell?
Yeah, it's third level spell.
Fantastic.
Yeah, throw it at the tree.
It gets stuck in the branches.
They murdered my cousin for this scroll. Getting such a random assortment of like religious things, and there's like no reason for it.
Are you wearing this circlet?
Yeah.
Good.
Moonlight
You
looks
are now
crazy.
king of this place. Or queen. God damn, is there a gender neutral monarchy term?
No.
No.
So fuck the monarchs.
Fuck the monarchy.
We'll make up our own.
Do you want to figure out what these magical beads are?
You want a religion check on the beads?
Yeah, if you want to check the beads, it'll be a religion check.
24.
Yeah, you determine that they are standard holy prayer beads. This strand of ordinary-looking prayer beads glows with a soft light and becomes warm to the touch the first time you cast a divine spell while holding it. When you do, the prayer beads become attuned to your deity, changing their form and iconography to prominently incorporate your deity's religious symbol and iconography. Whenever you cast a divine spell from your own spell slots while holding the prayer beads, you recover 1 hit point. If the spell you cast was a healing spell, you can grant this additional healing to one of the spell's targets instead of yourself. That's
also
completely
once-
useless for you guys.
Also, once per day you can cast, bless, or heal.
Well, that's true.
Moonlight takes the holy beads for now.
Really hoping there's going to be something that fixed my drain condition.
That's why you're angry. I get it now.
That's why I'm really angry.
I get it now. So, south door?
South door.
Yes.
I get a 30 to check it for traps and
You check the door. It does not seem to be trapped.
Well, if it is trapped, we're all fucked anyways. Let's do this. I say as I step backwards and let somebody else go first.
I goes in.
The marble walls of this short hall are smeared with blood. A thin greenish haze fills the air, giving off the smell of sodden leaves and decay.
I drink my antidote and antiplague.
I do a recall knowledge of whatever nature, whatever you want to figure out what that is.
Let's go with arcane.
Really? Okay. Huh. I don't know what that is. Have fun, Peach Pie.
Solid 1 on the Arcana check.
You're not really sure exactly what this fog or haze is.
Whatever. I walk through it and see what happens. I go around the corner.
As you go around the corner of this twisting hallway here, at the end of the hallway is a set of double doors and 2 smaller doors to the south.
I call back to the rest of the party. There's some green fog in here. Doesn't seem to be bothering me right now. There's a couple small doors and a double door. Anybody going to join me?
Peach Pie, in front of one of the doors, you see what looks to be some sort of rune on the floor in front of the small doors.
There's a rune on the floor.
I'm on my way.
Suspicious.
Yep, I'm coming. Wiz walks right in.
It's a little hazy in here, Wiz, but it's not that weird or even hindering at all. You're going to have to give me a check. Arcane.
31.
You don't know exactly. This isn't like, it's not a spell necessarily, but it's definitely a conjuration rune. You have the very clear idea that this would very likely summon something. You don't know what, though.
And that's in front of the big door?
No, in front of the
doors.
In front of the small doors.
If Peach Pie remembers the last rune like this we came to, he smashed it with his hammer until it broke.
No, don't smash it. Let's just go past it for now.
Okay. Let's go to the double door. Moonlight, you want to check it for traps?
Sure. I don't have the highest perception out of the group, but
You don't? Oh, then why were you
I
doing
mean, it's pretty good, but I got a 13.
This towering ebony double door is most certainly not trapped.
Cool. Good enough for me. I open it.
And nothing happens.
The door doesn't open?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Damn it. Yes, smart asses. The door opens. Inside this room, a stone statue of a human man clad in a flowing robe has one hand raised in a gesture of warning and a burning brazier held in his other hand. The statue looks as though it has been broken and reassembled several times. It stands directly in front of the western door. Other than several chunks of stone and black wood scattered across the floor, the room is bare. Who approaches first?
Is anybody going to come with me? Oh my god, it's huge.
Oh,
It's literally huge. It's not just large, it's huge.
I mean, it's just got a
Actually-
mini. Like, it doesn't mean it's gonna like fight us.
Yeah. Yeah. Is everybody getting in this room?
Turtle doesn't like the green fog. She's staying out.
That's fine. Wizard, Moonlight.
yeah. The wizard doesn't like the green fog, and he stays out.
Turtle's like out.
Yeah, I'm moving in the room, like the edge of the room, though.
Yeah, Moonlight doesn't like the giant statue.
Moonlight or Swanee?
Peach Pie tries to edge by it toward the door.
Swanee doesn't like the
I give it
giant statue.
reverence. I know it's going to happen. Hello, big statue. It's all right. We're not your enemies. Hail Aroden and all that business.
I was gonna say, if I see anything on it, like, does it look like a construct of sorts, or does it look like a statue?
Well, as soon as Peach Pie starts edging past the door to get to the western ebony double door, stone on stone grinds.
Yep, of course it does.
It turns to look at Peach Pie. And then it turns
Says, "Oi, mate."
turns to look at Moonlight. And then it kind of like glances down at Peach Pie. Looks back at Moonlight.
Like, how does it look at Moonlight?
It's almost as though it's waiting for something.
Moonlight backs out of the room.
Yeah, the whiz backs out with Moonlight.
Peach Pie backs out with all of them.
No, as soon as Moonlight and the Wiz back out, the statue grinds towards Peach Pie and draws a stone sword from its sheath and makes movements to attack Peach Pie.
That's rude.
So you're saying you want initiative?
Depends. Are you staying to fight or are you running out of the room?
I mean, if it draws a sword on me, I do run out of the room.
Does it change its glare?
Jeb, did you run out as well?
No, I'm standing right in front of it.
Then it turns and looks at Jebediah with its sword, holding it ready, staring at you.
Moonlight moves back into the room.
When Moonlight moves back into the room, the statue looks over to Moonlight and then glances at Jeb and then looks at Moonlight, still holding the sword aloft.
Maybe it's got something to do with like the books or the beads or something, having those on me.
I'll bet it's the fucking circlet you're wearing.
Oh, it could be that too.
Give it the circlet.
Greetings, Guardian.
It moves and sheathes the blade, glances at Jebediah, and then stares at Moonlight.
These two and the one outside the door are with me. Don't mind us. I'll start to walk past it.
And then
Wiz peeks his head into the room.
And then it seems like almost satisfied, it settles and then stares at the far adjacent wall and just assumes a position of the same position that it was in as you entered the room.
Moonlight goes, holy shit, it worked.
Seems as though it's standing guard over you.
Yeah, I kind of feel safe.
It's my bestie.
What do you do?
Well, shall we go through that door?
There are two doors in this hallway, on the southern side of this hallway. Which one do you open?
The one on the right.
You open a door into a room that has shelves along the wall. What looks like a very simple wooden armoire in the corner. A lot of the shelves are empty. There are a few moth-eaten priests' robes that hang from brass pegs, and there are shelves stocked with metal pendants, candelabras, and bells, choral bells. This looks like there's a broken bottle on the floor, and it looks recent. In fact, it almost looks, if you get kind of closer to that broken bottle, it's scented. It would almost seem like it was a recent break. If it had been broken for, hundreds of years, then it wouldn't have that scent coming from it.
Can I make an alchemical check on that scent?
Yeah, go ahead.
26.
It definitely smells like sour wine.
Someone's been drinking in here.
I should also point out that there's what looks to be a battered iron shield on a rusted stand. But aside from that, it doesn't really look like there's much else in this room.
Let's check the next one.
Similar situation in this next room. Items that might be used for services. A lot of stuff pulled and scattered on the floor here, almost like this room was searched, which is the same conclusion you could come with the previous room.
Search check. Perception. Nope, I roll a 1.
I'm gonna perceive in the room that I'm still in.
Detect magic in the area.
There's magic.
27 in my room.
The room that Jeb's in, which is the eastern storage room here, you don't find anything of obvious value, but this shield looks like it might, like the stand that the shield is on is completely rusted out, and it's a metal shield, but the shield itself, although battered, isn't rusted at all. When the wizard casts Detect Magic, you detect magic coming from the shield, an abjuration aura.
I grab it.
Let me figure out what it is quick. Arcana?
Yeah, Arcana would work with this.
18.
18 does not. You have no idea. You're not entirely certain what the shield is.
We take it all with us.
All right.
And I perceive in this room.
Jeb checks the room that Peach Pie searched.
29.
Doesn't seem to be anything of value in here.
Somebody was doing something in these rooms and didn't want anybody to know.
Sex stuff, probably.
Probably. Drinking wine, at least. I think there were a couple other doors that we had to check, but I can't tell.
There were three sets of doors that you've yet to explore in the northern hall of the whole dungeony area here.
Let's go do that.
All right, so there is in that hallway that you came across all of the packs that were in the hall. That's where you found like the shrunken head and the cracked rubies. In that hallway, there's 2 sets of doors. One set of double doors on the western side of the hallway, and then a single door on the eastern side. You approach the eastern door.
Moonlight opens the door.
When you enter this room, this chamber looks like it may have at one point served as a place of study and contemplation, perhaps. There's a fine mahogany desk that looks like it's shattered into pieces. There's a bookshelf that has just tomes scattered all over the floor, and a tall cabinet has fallen onto its back in this room. And as you open the room, there are 2 creatures in here that you can see. One of those big motherfuckers, like you saw in the sanctuary, all naked and big and ripped. And then another smaller xulgath, a medium, regular-sized xulgath here. Not quite as, like, skinny and, skin tight across the bones. You can't, like, see the ribs on this one. But it certainly doesn't look like a fighter, necessarily, although it's holding a light mace. When you enter the room, the big guy...
I never said I entered the room. I opened the door.
Sorry, as you open the door, the big guy perks his head up, and the smaller one goes, "Attack him!" That only the wizard understands. To the rest of you is... Everybody roll initiative. Well, the wizard leads us off on this combat. Sitting kind of still back in the hallway here. You can't really see the xulgaths from your vantage point right now, but you absolutely heard the draconic reptilian tongue yell out, "Attack him."
There's really not a place I can see both of them, is there?
Not from your vantage, as your party's taking up all of the other squares where you would be able to see them both.
I wanted to electric arc them. I will move closer to the group so I can see into the room and shoot a ray of frost at the large one I can see.
Okay.
27 to hit.
A 27 does hit.
10 damage.
Right, that ray of frost flies through the doorway and over Moonlight's head and smacks this guy. He looks slightly upset. After that, it's the xulgath, the smaller of the pair. Oh, you know what? Just so I constantly forget this. Everybody after the door opens, give me a fortitude save against the smelly xulgaths.
How are we not immune to this by now?
Moonlight saves with a 27. The wizard fails with a 22. Jeb saves with a 29. And Peach Pie fails with a 17. So we've got 2 sickened party members. Blech. I mean, they are really gross.
And this is the one where you can, like, spend an action to, like, vomit and get another save on it, right?
Yeah, you retch, essentially, yeah. The smaller of the pair is going to target Moonlight and Jebediah, begin casting a spell. And they're going to cast Lightning Bolt. Moonlight, what'd you get in a reflex save?
Moonlight gets a 28.
Jeb?
I got 23.
Ooh, 23 fails. So Moonlight, you'll take half of this damage. Jeb, you'll take the full damage from the Lightning Bolt. 30 points on the full hit. And then it will use its third action to step behind the big, hulking spine snapper Xulgath. Jebediah, it's your turn.
I'm going to charge up to this guy. The one in the back.
You charging up to the caster?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll swing 25.
25 hits.
And I'll swing again after doing 17 damage. 23 to hit.
Ooh, that's a hit as well.
Dealing 17 damage. And I'll be done.
Jebediah comes in with a chop. 34 points of damage on that caster Xulgath. It's looking a little hurt. Moonlight, it's your turn.
Yeah, that really hurts. So Moonlight is going to cast Vampiric Touch on that one that just... I have to use Reach spell, so it's going to use all 3 actions.
Okay. It's going to get a 31 on its fortitude save.
Of course it is. It is just a regular success, though. So
Just barely.
just barely. So it'll take half my shitty rolls. Good.
16 on 66.
So
That's
66, I roll a 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 6. That's awesome.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's really bad. And it takes half, and I get a whopping 4 temporary hit points. That was a shitty ass third level spell.
That sucks the life out of the Xulgath, but it resists it. Then after Moonlight, it is Big Boy Spine Snapper's turn. And he is going to, with his first action,
I'll miss you, Jeb. Just kidding. You'll be all right.
with its first action, it's going to swing at you with the big maul that it's carrying. And it's going to get a 20 to hit.
It's gonna miss.
Then with its second action, it's going to swing at you with its claw. Get a 22 to hit?
Miss.
Shit. And with its third action, it's going to step closer to its mage buddy, wanting to protect him. And that will end his turn. Peach Pie. It's your
All
turn.
right. Action 1 will be to rage. Action 2, I can't get there. I can just get here next to Jeb, and I guess I will attack the Xulgath Spine Snapper. And I get a 27 to hit.
All right, 27
Oh,
hits.
shit. I fucked up. I clicked the wrong thing. It's I rolled a 19, but that should be 25 damage.
20
So I can add an
additional
additional 6 onto that.
Got it.
That will be the end of my turn.
Then after Peach Pie, you're going to hear the Xulgath caster, who's kind of not quite hiding behind his big friend there, will turn and face the cabinet that's on the southern side of the room and on its back, and in Draconic say, "Attack them, you coward!" Peach Pie and Jebediah, give me a perception check.
25.
Peach Pie sees a small horned head peek out from behind the recess of behind the cabinet and just kind of like shake its head no and quick and hide back down again.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Then we're going to go back to the top of the order. Round 2. It's the wizard's turn.
Should I try to talk to them?
You could tell them that they're going to die. Or you. Yeah.
There's possibly a third one joining. I'm going to use my last third level spell. I'll use Vampiric Touch with Reach spell too.
All right.
Let's see if I can do better.
Which guy? The big guy or the caster?
Moonlight. Big guy.
He is going to get a 27 on his save.
Jeez, these dick holes, man.
Okay. I
Wow.
rolled worse.
Wow, how did you manage
Moonlight
that?
did.
Holy shit, those are terrible D6 rolls.
6 damage.
So out of 12d6, we rolled 6 ones between
I'm
the
not
two of
using
us.
that spell again. Just throwing that out there.
You might as well have rolled D4s, man.
It'd be
Rough.
bad rolls on a D4s, too.
Yeah, they really would be. All right. Then another unfortunately weak vampiric touch from the party brings us over to our caster Xulgath, who is going to, on his first action, flee to the southwestern side of the room, kind of on the other side of his big friend there, and is going to cast another spell, this time at Jebediah, and gets a 30 to hit with a ranged attack.
Yeah, dude, hit me.
All right, this is an acid arrow. This green, sharp globule of acid flies through the air and hits Jebediah.
Something about sharp globule just doesn't seem right.
Will deal Jeb 12 points of acid damage. Wow, those are shit
Well,
damage rolls.
at least she can't roll either.
Yeah, right.
2, 2,
Um,
2, 2, 4 on 5d8.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Also, might as well have just been 5d4. But it will also deal Jebediah 2d6 acid, persistent, on his turn. Then after the caster unleashes the acid arrow on Jebediah, it's Jebediah's turn.
Jebediah calls in Turtle. She's gonna go right here. Jeb's gonna move down here.
Jeb, you running up to that caster.
Yeah, but I'm gonna swing at the big boy with Turtle here. 26.
26 hit, big boy.
13 plus 1, 14.
14 damage, all right.
And then Jebediah will swing at the Spinebreaker as well. Fuck.
Fuck indeed. Natural 1 misses.
I was going in for the crit specialization thing. That's what I was hoping for.
Get that 1-2 punch. What's that crit special that you get? What's
On
it
the
do?
axe, if I crit, I can have to hit an additional like I do that same damage to an adjacent creature.
Ah, so you're looking to swing over to the caster. Got it. Then at the end of Jebediah's turn, you are going to take 7 points of acid damage. Go ahead and give me that persistent check.
What is it? Just a flat 20?
You already succeeded.
You rolled it already.
For you.
Oh,
So yeah, I got a 16.
I'm just asking for
got a
possibility.
16!
Yep, Jeb, you kind of brush off that acid before it does any more damage to you. It splashes on the floor and sizzles. Which is going to take us over to Moonlight. It's your turn.
It's probably dumb. Moonlight's gonna move into the room.
Yep, probably done.
And I cast Grim Tendrils. Fucking bullshit rolls.
Big Boy is going to get a 33 to save on Grim Tendrils, which looks like it's going to be a critical success.
He's gonna completely ignore it.
The caster, however, is going to roll a 14.
So that's at least a failure. So we will roll 64. He'll take. Actually, that is some actually decent rolls. Did more damage than my 66.
I was going to say I'm laughing because it's more damage than your fucking vampire
touch. So I deal him 18 damage on 64.
All right.
And on a failure, he takes also 3 bleed damage.
All right. You just couldn't resist that line, could you?
No, and I was hoping I could, like I said, at least do half damage to the fucking big guy, but no. Someone rolls an 18.
All right. Then after Moonlight, that's going to take us over to Big Boy Spine Snapper, who... This is an interesting scene. He's standing in the middle of the room. He's got Peach Pie, Moonlight, and Turtle on one side, but Jebediah is behind him with the caster type, and he's going to turn around and face Jebediah and, like, bellow at you. He doesn't want you to hurt his friend.
That doesn't happen to count as a manipulate action, does it? Manipulate is jowls.
Bellow? What? No. Shouting is not
That would be verbal.
That would be, yeah, that's a verbal.
Just checking.
Verbal is the only spell component that does not trigger attacks of opportunity. Thank you very much. With a first and second action is going to make a brutal blow on Jebediah and gets a 22 to hit. You just like the ability called brutal blow, don't you?
I mean, who doesn't? But also, you missed.
Yeah, also that. Swings wildly and his maw cracks on the wall on the other side and little shards of stone fall on Jebediah's head. Dealing 1d4 points of... No, I'm just kidding. And out of frustration, will swing with a claw attack on Jebediah with his third action. And get a 16 to hit, which will miss. All right. That takes us over.
Can't hit.
Good thing he can't understand you. He's already angry enough at you. Peach Pie, it's your turn.
I am going to spend my first action moving all around big guy and get down near little guy. Then I am going to attack big guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Get a 30 to hit.
30 hits.
Gonna deal him 27 damage.
Big hit.
And swing at him again. The 24 to hit.
24 hits.
And deal him 16 damage.
Peach Pie runs around the big guy, and as he's running around him, just cracks him across his knee, and the big one just bellows in pain. And as he goes down on one knee, holding it and clutching it after dropping his maul, Peach Pie brings the big top stake driver around and drives his head straight into the dirt.
Boom.
Dead. That's going to take us up to the top. Peach Pie and Jebediah are surrounding the caster Xulgath. He's going to look frantically past Peach Pie to the cabinet and go,
Help me, you fool!
which only the wizard understands. Wizard, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Ray of Frost on this guy.
All right.
27 to hit.
27 hits.
13 damage.
13 points as the Ray of Frost flies over the lifeless husk of the spine snapper.
Third action, I will move into the room finally.
And that's going to take us over to the caster, Xulgath, who is going to spend his first and second actions casting a spell, and he will disappear and reappear outside of the room. And with his third action, runs down the hall.
Huh. All right.
Wait, he ran past Peach Pie?
No, he didn't.
I think he probably
Disappeared.
teleported or something.
Like this.
He did Dimension Door.
Did that have a semantic or verbal component?
Ooh, good call.
Does
It
that not
does.
Ah,
Which means it does provoke.
well, I will take that attack of opportunity.
Who? Fuck me.
That's a 33 to hit.
That's a critical hit.
34 damage.
Wow. Right as the Xulgath is casting that Dimension Door spell, you fucking just lay into him. David, you have attack of opportunity, correct?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
needs to
that-
make a disruption check.
That was
or
attack of
whatever.
opportunity.
With an attack of opportunity, if your attack is a critical hit and the trigger was a manipulate action, you
Bye-bye.
disrupt that action.
Oh, was it a... Yeah, it was a manipulate, because that's what made it so you could use it, so...
Yep. So that spell, as it's casting it and making his semantic motions for it, you completely knock him off balance and it fizzles out. He does not successfully cast Dimension Door.
Sorry about that.
Fuck.
Now he has a third action.
Now he has a third action, which, fuck. We'll use that single action to cast a magic missile at Peach Pie out of frustration and deal 2 damage. That's his turn. Jebediah, you're up.
Well, I swing it once to get a 22. And the second attack, I meant to use at my second thing, so it's even less than that. But we'll have Turtle move up, and she'll bite a bitch. 25?
Successfully.
9.
Jeb swings twice, misses because it's frantically dodging out of the way, being cornered back here, and Turtle just bounds up and wraps her teeth around its neck, and it dies.
Killed it.
Congratulations.
The wizard's gonna walk over towards those, whatever the fuck those are on the bottom of the room, and say hello over there.
As soon as Turtle kind of completely takes down the caster, not completely, finishes it off, the small creature that's hiding in the tipped over cabinet here pops up. You recognize it. You've run across enough of them at this point. It is a closet, and it pops up out of the cabinet, and it goes,
Givzeb surrenders! Please don't hurt Givzeb! Givzeb is good friend, you see!
in common.
Please don't hurt me! Please don't hurt me!
Why didn't you help your master?
You look bigger and stronger. I know that the big guy is strong and everything, but there is more of you guys. And we've been hearing a lot of strange sounds over the last few hours. They've been afraid to leave the room. I knew something was happening outside. Givzeb can tell you all about the nasty xulgaths here, yes. Don't hurt Givzeb.
Start talking.
The runes are big and scary. You need a friend like Givzeb to help. Givzeb knows their secrets. Givzeb sees their deal with the pretty cat lady, sees how she tricks them. But they never listen to Givzeb. Givzeb's new friends will listen, yes?
What cat lady?
The cat lady. She comes from...
He points to the spiral staircase that's in the southeastern corner of this room leading up.
Pretty cat lady comes from bell tower up those stairs.
Have you ever heard the name Dusklight?
No, Givzeb never heard. But she's really pretty for a cat lady, right? And she has like this light purple fur, and she wears a really fancy coat with big long tails. Sometimes she has a top hat that she carries with too.
Can I make a society check or like anything to try and tell if that's Mistress Dusklight?
Or do we just
Moonlight-
know because
or
we
do we
have
just
met
know?
her?
You would just know. That is absolute.
We
That
met
absolutely
her
is.
in whatchamacallit.
The circus. The other circus.
At the circus
bad
off.
one.
No, she wasn't. No, that wasn't her. Who was?
No, you never met her.
We have met
Well,
her.
I mean, you've met her.
Who was the one that had the
Campaign, we
cat?
met her.
No, this is for Peach Pie, Jebediah, and maybe not so much Moonlight. Moonlight, yeah, I suppose Moonlight would.
I mean, you just had that flashback where I think I saw them, but
Yeah, that was more of a silhouette. You never really got a good look at her, but maybe that sounds right. Jebediah and Peach Pie can tell you without a doubt that sounds like Mistress Dusklight.
and I would assume she's on posters as the ringleader.
Yeah, that's a good assumption you can make.
What has the cat lady and the xulgaths been doing together?
Oh, the cat lady. Sometimes the cat lady brings people down here tied up with blindfolds and gags in their mouths, gives them to xulgaths. The xulgaths use as sacrifice to summon demons like me.
I suddenly feel less bad about the whole Bargas situation.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Maybe worry.
I'd rather not worry. Don't hurt Gibson. Don't hurt Gibson. Please.
What else can you tell us?
I know there's a second level to what they call it, Moonstone Hall? Yeah, Moonstone Hall. It's down. There's maybe a dozen more xulgaths down on lower level. Gibson doesn't go down there very often, though.
What's in the room next to this one with the double doors on the other side of this wall?
On the other side of this wall? Oh, that's where Yashka. That's where Yashka stays most of the time.
Who's
What
that?
is Yashka?
Yashka's another one of the xulgath demon callers. Yeah.
Was that the little guy in this room?
I mean, he was bigger than me. You mean littler than the big one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, kind of like that one. And casting the spells and stuff.
How did you end up here?
I was summoned, but Gibson doesn't want to get hurt.
Would you like to go back to your home plane?
I'm just here now. Can you send me back?
Yes.
How?
Thud. Thud.
Oh no!
Thud.
That I don't want to. No, that's not how that kind of summon works, clown.
Oh,
This kind of summon kills me if you kill me here. I die here, and well, I'm dead. Don't kill
so
me.
It's like the Matrix then.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Me either.
Okay, well, please don't hurt Gibson.
So this
Moonlight?
staircase goes to the surface?
I would assume so. That's where Cat Lady comes from. I've never been up there myself, though. I've been always told to stay.
How does Cat Lady know the xulgaths?
I think it was kind of an accident, from what I understand, at least. Well, I wasn't here when the xulgaths met her, but they'll give her items and things that they find in the Moonstone Hall for bringing them sacrifices. All kinds of different people for sacrifices. Some of them are dressed really colorfully, actually. I've seen one or two of them have, like, clown makeup like you do, big guy.
Circus performers who get out of hand, I suspect.
Sure, I don't know. All I know is that they get taken into the sanctuary. And, well, you know, demon summoning rituals. Lots of knives and blood and screaming. It always makes me uncomfortable.
But you're a demon.
Yeah, but I don't do the knife stabbing and the screaming stuff. I just show up after it all.
You seem to be a strange demon.
Yeah, that's what I always get told.
Are you not evil?
That seems to be like a philosophical question that I don't actually know the answer to. Am I inherently evil because I'm a demon? Devil? Fiend? I forget which template I am offhand.
Am
Your token says you're a tiny fiend.
Yeah, fiend, that's it. Thanks, Moonlight. I mean, tree thing.
Well, now we're just getting into the nature of existence and creation and humanity.
That's really confusing.
It is. That's why I just be a nihilist about things. It's all going to end one day anyways.
I mean, I'm not sure what the nihilist means, but yeah, it's all gonna end eventually.
Still, it's better to do good than bad.
good for who? I think that's all subjective.
It probably is. I like you. Do you want to join our circus?
What? Circus? What would I do in a circus?
I don't know. I could teach you to juggle. And I pull out some bowling pins and I juggle them.
Make a diplomacy check.
This might be too big for him.
Well, I roll a 13 and get an 11.
I'm not really sure. Is that like, do I have to go in front of, like, humans and stuff?
Yes, but they won't be trying to kill you.
I mean, that's pretty contrary to my current experience with them.
Well,
Right.
if you look at all of us, we're weird also.
I mean, yes, sure.
So the beauty of a circus is we embrace the weird and people come to see it.
I'm not so sure about this, but are you gonna let me live if I say yes?
We'd let you live if you said no.
Really?
It depends on what you're gonna do if we let you go.
Oh, so I'm getting sort of mixed messages between the two of you here.
What would you do if we let you go free?
I don't know. Well, first I'd leave this hall.
You do seem like at least a smart person,
I mean, I don't know if I'd call me a person, but sure.
creature.
Yeah, all right.
Again, philosophical. Who's a person? What is a person? I don't know.
I usually think of questions like that and then just forget them right away because it's really hard on my brain.
How is the wizard not taking part in this philosophical question?
I was just gonna say he's a tree.
I think Turtle's a person, and they're a cat.
I mean, turtle looks really tasty, to be honest with you.
I'm a person too, and I'm an alchemically summoned squirrel.
You're
Turtle
colorful.
pounces.
Oh, God.
But playfully.
It's kind of playful.
Oh, it hurts. Tell it to get off of me.
Well, just fly a little higher.
Good idea.
So what are we doing with this thing?
Flies up into the air.
I want to know if he's going to join the circus.
Yeah, join the circus. Come on.
I don't know about the whole circus thing.
I'll just come along.
Can I just follow you guys for a while?
Sure.
Promise not to kill me?
No.
I promise
I
not
mean-
to kill you.
As long as you don't do anything that hurts us,
I mean, you
directly or indirectly.
six specifically? I think I can promise that. Yeah, sure. I mean, you didn't summon me, so you can't bind me in any way, but if you trust a fiend's word, okay. I probably shouldn't have said that last part out loud.
Don't worry, we trust plenty of fiends and devils.
We are, in fact, friends with the bar guest.
That's the second time you've said that. What's a podcast?
You want to meet him?
No. Every time you say his name, you mention it, it always comes with ominous implications.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Are you accusing us of being evil?
I didn't say that.
I mean, I feel like you kind of are.
I mean, not directly. If you're saying that I implied it, I don't know you. You did just kind of walk in here and kill the two things that, well, they weren't really very nice to me anyway.
We walked in here and they tried to kill us.
Yeah, the ones told the other one to kill me.
That's true.
I don't think Escadar has castle laws.
What's that mean?
Don't worry.
The clown says that a lot. That makes me worry.
Yeah, it worries me too.
It's
Okay,
just,
see?
just fourth wall stuff. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, come hang out with us for a bit.
Okay.
I'm ready to go to the double doors. Or do we need to heal up first?
We need to heal up.
All right.
I'm at half health. Jeb's below half health.
I'm cool sitting in this room for an hour and chatting with, what's your name?
Give Zeb.
Give Zeb.
I'll hang out with Gibbsette.
We keep making friends with demons. I wonder what that says about us. Anyway, we're almost done with the first floor of Moonstone Hall. We delve deeper next week as we continue the Extinction Curse. Again, we just want to thank everyone who supports us through Patreon. Because of you, we'll be able to bring more episodes of Starfinder. We'll see you next time, and until then, may you have many great adventures of your own.
It's your turn.